I've noticed a disturbing trend with people that are running Google Shopping campaigns. I audit anywhere from 8 to 10 accounts per week. And the vast majority of brands that, we audit are using outdated strategies. So if you're running Google Shopping campaigns and you're using these outdated strategies, you're basically ensuring that you have very high CPCs, which then raises your CPA costs, so your customer acquisition costs. And the biggest issue is that you're likely missing out on a ton of volume of high intent traffic because of the way that you're running your campaigns. So not only is this mistake that I'm about to explain costing you more by raising your CPA, there's actually opportunity cost in not utilizing the new way to do Google Shopping because of the lack of volume that you are not scooping up. So today I'm going to share with you the old way that people run Google Shopping that is completely outdated. And this is so that you can actively identify this within your account very easily, whether you're running the ad account yourself or whether you have an agency running it. You will be able to identify this issue or these issues by the end of this video. I'm also going to share with you the new way to run shopping campaign that's been able to get results as high as a 10x return on ad spend for our clients with cold traffic. Now, there is some context to that as to why they have such a high return on ad spend, which I will explain in this video. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Joel Davies. I'm the co-founder of Growth Edge. We focus exclusively on scaling brands' revenue profitably with Google and YouTube ads. We generated over $40 million for our clients. And not only that, we've grown 2 7-figure e-commerce companies through the use of Google ads exclusively. So we do practice what we preach as well. So let's get stuck into the value of this video. So the new way to do Google Shopping that is getting results as good as a 10x return on ad spend for one of our clients, right? So in this particular case study, we are getting a 10x return on ad spend on cold traffic with Google Shopping, and we're getting it consistently across a couple product collections here. So I'm going to take you through exactly how we've been able to do that. I'm not going to show you the keywords in this particular case study simply because the client has their competitors actually follow me on YouTube as well as Twitter. So I'm not going to actually show you the particular keywords that we're targeting. However, I'm going to talk to you about basically the way that shopping was used in the past and the way people ran shopping or Google Shopping in the past and why that could actually be hurting your ability to scoop up more volume of potential revenue. Also, how it could actually be actively increasing your CPA because it's going to be actively increasing your CPCs because you're simply just being too targeted in terms of what you're trying to target. Now, I'm also going to take you through the new way to do Google Shopping and the way that we've seen success in 2024 and the way that you should be thinking about Google Shopping going into 2025 because it is uniquely different to how Google Shopping was run in the past. And then I'll also talk to you about the requirements of new shopping success so that you can see similar results as to what we've seen with this client. So obviously some clients are going to have a lower return on ad spend than this. Often we've got other clients that are getting, their goal is a 2.5x return on ad spend. We're getting a 3x return on ad spend for them or a 3.2x return on ad spend for them. The reason these people are able to get at such a high return on ad spend is because they have a really high average order value. So their average order value is anywhere from 7 to 14K. So anytime they make a sale, that's a lot of revenue going inside the account. So if they spend $700 and they make one conversion for $8,000, they're automatically at like an 11x return on ad spend. However, I've been running Google ads for high average order value clients for about 3 years now. And I've never seen, since making this change, I've never seen cold traffic scale at a 10x return on ad spend ever before. I've never seen it. And I've worked with many, many clients with high average order value and running Google ads for them. And it's quite insane to see since switching up this strategy, the results that we've been able to see from this. So firstly, let's take you through old shopping, right? So what did it look like? It looked like hard exclusions, right? So you'd basically set up high maintenance of device and location adjustments. So you'd be setting up bid adjustments based on different locations, different states. You'd be very strict with that. You'd be very strict with your device adjustments, with your tablet and mobile and desktop adjustments. You'd be doing hard negative keywording. So one of the things that you'd always do is get rid of all top of funnel keywords and you'd focus only on long tail or high intent keywords. So what does that mean? So let's say you're selling a handbag, right? The idea of what this means here, or getting rid of top of funnel keywords, is let's say, for example, you're showing up for just handbag. You didn't want to show up for that. That's too top of funnel. Someone just searching in handbag, they don't really know what they want. Someone searching in brown leather handbag, that's who we want to target. We want to target someone that's got high intent behind what they're searching. They're searching something with long tail, more descriptive keywords, meaning that they understand what they want. Someone that's just typing in handbag, they just want a handbag. Someone that's typing in brown leather handbag, they obviously know what they want. And we want to show up if we're selling that, right? That was how we previously went about this. And it still is the case. However, I think that there's no problem with having top of funnel keywords in there now. And I'm going to discuss that later in this video. Now, bid caps, I don't think there's a problem with still running bid caps or using bid caps, but oftentimes the previous strategies that I would see, and I still see these inside accounts, right? So when I'm talking about old shopping here, you could be running your campaigns like this. And a lot of people still do. I see it all the time. Manual CPC and max clears with a big cap. So really controlled over your CPC prices and heavy control over those is prehistoric kind of strategy. It still used this to begin with. However, I think target return on ad spend, which I'll talk about later on in this video, is a superior strategy. Now, one of the biggest things that we would do with shopping campaigns, and pretty much a lot of people are still doing it, actually is actively hurting their CPA, is mass segmentations of products based on keyword targeting. So what people would typically do is they would basically set up different ad groups or different campaigns for their sectional surface and their two-person surfer and their brown surfer, their white surfers, and they would basically set all up this segmentation and then set up all this negative keywording and make sure that, for their sectional surfers, whenever someone's searching that in, only those products show. And then when their two-person surfers are searched for, only the two-person surfers show. And it logically made sense, right? But what that's actually doing now is it's actually hemming your ability to scoop up more volume, and it's creating a less scalable strategy for you. So you want to be a little bit looser with your segmentation now. Google understands what people are searching for. If you're searching for if someone's searching for a sectional surfer, it will show you sectional surfers. You don't have to set up mass segmentation to ensure that it does. Only in very, very particular cases do I do that. RLSA, so what does that mean? So it's basically just inbuilt retargeting that we used to put inside shopping campaigns. So you'd bid 50% higher for previous visitors of your website. So it's basically acting like retargeting. I don't do that anymore. I'm gonna talk to you about the new shopping, right? So this is the new shopping. So you want to find the optimal TROAS. And what we've found previously or recently that's really worked well for our clients is using a lower than your target TROAS. So what is a TROAS? Basically, when you tell Google you have a desired target return on ad spend. So let's say, for example, you desire 8x return on ad spend. So basically what you're telling to Google is what you're basically doing is you're putting in 800% inside the Google bidding strategy. And you're basically telling Google, hey, I expect the 8x return on ad spend, and you're allowing Google to spend and achieve that target for you. With this particular case study, they needed a 10x return on ad spend because they had, obviously they have thinner margins when it comes to this particular product type. But we used a 500% TROAS on this campaign, and it consistently achieved a 10x return on ad spend, right? So use lower targets than what you're actually trying to achieve, and, increase it if it's, below performance. But if you're achieving your target, you can lower that TROAS and actually increase your overall volume, because the higher you make the target, right? And if you aren't achieving your target, a lower return on ad spend, do increase the target. But if you have your target really high and you're achieving that target, what's actually happening is Google won't spend on any traffic that it can't achieve that target with, right? So it'll basically hurt the volume of the campaign, and you'll have opportunity costs inside your account, so that it won't spend on particular days or hours or, on particular keywords if it thinks it can't achieve that. Essentially what you're doing, if you set up a really high TROAS, you're just essentially capping the amount of volume that you can bring into your campaigns. We also practice minimal negative keyword targeting now. We leverage Google's keyword intent. What does that mean? So previously, Google was always about syntax, about keyword targeting. So we want to target specific keywords, and those are the keywords that convert. We know they convert, but Google knows better than us. Google knows that example before with the handbag. We used to tell ourselves that someone searching in brown leather handbag was the person we wanted to target. We didn't want to target someone that's typing in handbag. However, Google now understands the intent behind each user, because it's got so much data on everyone, understands that that particular person that was searching in handbag that day, they actually wanted a brown leather handbag. They just typed in handbag, right? So Google understands the intent, right? So the more negative keyword restrictions that you apply, it hurts the overall volume, again, of the target opportunities of the account. So if you're negative keywording out that handbag, you're negative keywording out every potential buyer that could be buying from you that's just searching in handbag. So that's the crux of it. Now, as I said, short tail / long tail, it doesn't matter. So as I gave that example with the handbag, top of funnel doesn't exist anymore. I've seen very top of funnel keywords convert. So for example, we had a client that was selling lithium batteries. And so previously they would try and target things like lithium battery 18 kilowatt. Now, obviously that's going to be a very high intent keyword for them, because they sell lithium batteries that are 18 kilowatt. And those people that are searching are very descriptive of what they want. So they're going to be highly likely to convert. However, inside their account, I often saw the keyword battery converting. And previously that would be too top of funnel. So Google knows they're targeting better than you, but essentially your media buyer doesn't know what they're doing. So we don't know what we're doing anymore. We just whack a TROAS on it and run with it. SPACs, this is really something that you'll find value in. If you're performing well with shopping campaigns, this is something you really find value in. So you can actually segment out winning products or collections into their own campaigns. And basically what you can do with that is you basically segment it into its own campaign with its own budget. And then you can just basically maximize the exposure of that winning product collection, see if that performance holds up with more budget, right? And you can scale that winner or that winning product, that winning collection even further. This is a really good strategy that we've used, and we've used in this particular case study as well in order to really scale this shopping campaign, as you can see at the beginning of the video. PMAX, we've also started experimenting. We didn't use it in this case. We used display retargeting, but instead of using RLSA, so inbuilt retargeting in the shopping campaign, we remove all retargeting from the shopping campaigns. We use PMAX as the retargeting, right? So we basically use what we've been using recently is we've been using a catch-all kind of PMAX as the retargeting of the ROAS campaign. And we're basically using shopping to segment out winning products and collections into their own campaigns and maximizing the exposure of those shopping campaigns, and then allowing, PMAX campaigns to retarget those visitors, right? So it retargets cold traffic, and it will also steal the attribution of some of these campaigns. So did you understand that if you're using this strategy, which often people call the feeder strategy, just understand that if you're using PMAX as a retargeting strategy, it will basically claim attribution for some of the conversions that these campaigns are driving, right? What I'm going to talk about here, lastly, is just the requirements of new shopping success. You've always needed this, but essentially, I just want to make an emphasis of this, is that you need a solid data feed. So you need good product titles. You need to make sure that they're centric to what customers are looking for. You need good pricing, obviously good images. Reviews need to be included on your listings. It just basically improves Google's ability to target keywords. If you have a crappy unoptimized data feed, you will have crappy search terms that you show up for, crappy traffic, and you won't be able to scale your account. Now, you need 30 conversions in 30 days in a particular campaign. Why? Because you can't actually use ROAS bidding until you get 30 conversions in 30 days in a shopping campaign, right? So you start with max clicks with a bid cap, or you can start with manual CPC. Those bidding strategies will work fine to start with. Get 30 conversions in a month, and then you can switch to ROAS and get much more predictable results. One of the things I want to make an emphasis of as well is focus on SKU and product spend. So if you're spending on shopping, just look at the side tab where you can actually check the product spend and exclude the losers, right? If you've got a product that you've spent a lot of money on and it hasn't generated any conversion value whatsoever, any revenue for you whatsoever, pause those losers, right? And then accelerate the winning products, right? So then you can start to use the SPAC strategy that we talked about, where we take winning product collections or products, put them into their own campaign, put more budget behind them. So as I said here, yeah, even segment out top performing products to accelerate them even further. So that's something to be very cognizant of, is look at the products, the ones that are converting, and look at the ones that are not converting, and start to pause the ones that are not converting. But make sure that you're doing that with an abundance of data. Don't just pause products that have spent $5 and haven't generated a conversion for you. Make sure that they've spent a good considerable amount of money before you do that. That is everything that you need to know in order to have success with shopping going into 2025. It's a 150-page document on how to run Google Shopping ads. That'll be available at the bottom of this video here. If you do have any questions on the new shopping strategy or any questions on shopping whatsoever, please do just let me know in the comments below. I will get back to you and I will answer your questions. Hope you found value in this video. I think it's extremely valuable for anyone that's running shopping campaigns right now or planning on running shopping campaigns, because you should be running it like this. And if you're running it like this, or your agency is running like this, you basically just, as I said, opportunity cost in not scaling further. And also you got rising CPA costs that are being derived from this strategy. Hope you enjoyed, hope you found value, and I'll see you on the next video.